Honorable, our beloved Honorable Pro Chancellor Dr. Rajendra Vikhe Patil, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Y.M. Jayas, sir, all heads of the institutions. Today's webinar speakers Dr. Pallavi Kawane and Mrs. Aarti Pal. I also welcome all faculties, teaching, non-teaching of PIMS, all NSS program officers, NSS volunteers, students, and all other attendees who have joined this webinar. World Yoga Day is celebrated internationally with a unique theme every year. This year's International Yoga Day will be celebrated on digital media platform owing to the COVID-19 pandemic. The government has restricted any mass gathering or public celebrations for International Yoga Day 2020. So, this year's theme will be Yoga at Home and Yoga with Family. By keeping this in mind, Sports Department and National Service Scheme of PIMS organize this webinar. Today we have with us Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir Dr. Y.M. Jairas Sir as a webinar chairman. Today's first webinar subject is Yoga and Wellness by Dr. Pallavi Kavane. She is the director of Maharashtra Mandal's Yoga and Ayurved Prabodhini Vishwananda Yoga Research Center, Pune. She is master in physical education, yoga and naturopathy. She is also 3 times gold medalist in World Yogasana Championship. She had many awards like All India Yogarjuna Award, Champion of Champion Award, All India Women's Youngster Award, Tulsa Bhavani Award, Yoga Bhushan Award, Yoga Ratna Award, Yogini Award, etc. Especially, she had 3000 plus yoga presentations all over the world. She has yoga coach for Ranji cricket team and most important, she is a yoga teacher for National Defense Academy cadets. I now request her to start the webinar with the subject Yoga for Wellness. Over to ma'am.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you very much for. Hello, can you hear me? Yes. So, this 6th International Yoga Day, we will start our subject with Omkar chanting 3 times and prayer. Everybody sit upright, close your eyes, focus your breathing. Sit upright properly, shoulders back. Lift your spine upward, below the navel, press downward, above the navel upward. Chest open and 3 times Omkar. Inhale. 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 Join your palm. Yogena chittasya padena vacha malam sharirasya cha vaidhyakena yopakarotam pravaram punimam patanjalim pranjalirato abahu purusakaram shankha chakra gidharina. सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिं हरिः ओम्. Slowly open your eyes. Today we are going to do some practicals also, but before that we'll do a little bit introduction about yoga. What is yoga? So as a mankind progress, life becomes relaxed and easy with the onset of luxury and findings everything at our fingertips, right? But one thing is still not in the gap, that is this increasing or earmarking our lifespan, right? Why is it so? Many things contributes to this downfall, but the one most important thing is the stress. It has been noted in Bhagavad Gita that even Arjuna had a bout of stress when he was in the battlefield, correct? For which Lord Krishna will out by the truth. Yoga is the word that the Sanskrit yuja. Yuja means union, unification of body, mind, and spirit. Even Maharshi Patanjali has written in his Patanjali Yoga Sutra that Heyam Dukkham Anagatam. Heyam Dukkham Anagatam, which means one should try to avoid or get rid of misery before it appears or before its appearance. He has beautifully explained step by step guidelines to healthy and fruitful lifestyle. Actually, we conquered all like outer world, but we still to master our own self. To understand the different state of mind, we have to focus what Patanjali mentioned. The different state of mind, everybody suffers with that. So first is like impulsive state of mind. Many thoughts are coming and going. There is no relation between thoughts, right? Everybody suffers through it. Impulsive mind. After that, the second state of mind comes, it's a dull mind. There are thoughts, but less thoughts than impulsive state. And the third state of mind is a distracted mind. In this state of mind, we have a thoughts, but lesser thought than the dull mind. Okay, and the fourth one is a one-pointed. This mind of state we want to achieve. One-pointed means we have to always focus, concentrate. Every time we have to focus all our thoughts. So Patanjali gives us a nice guideline in Ashtanga Yoga. He says, Yama, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan and Samadhi. This is a beautifully mentioned. Many guidelines are there in this Patanjali Yoga Sutra. And the definition of yoga is Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. So always we have to be very neutral in any condition. So that state of mind we have to achieve. How to achieve? Through yoga, right? So in this we are going to do some techniques. When you see yoga is a practical science. So whenever you do practice every day, then only you will get the nice and positive benefits. And in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, one sutra is, they says, Satu Dirgha Kala Nairantarya Satkara Sevito Drudha Bhumi. Means Everyday practice is very important. Every day. There is no Saturday, no Sunday. So yoga is not like 1 or 2 hours. We always say, I did yoga today, 1 hour practice I did. But what we are doing, we are just performing the asanas, right? But yoga is a 24-hour process. 24 hours we have to leave the yogic, all the, we have many values. Like in Yama, we have Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. These all 8 steps, it's matter in our life. So, how to practice yoga? Everybody says yoga is very nice. You have to practice every day. But how to practice? What are the aspects? And what type of asanas or what type of pranayam, what type of meditation we have to do? Some people are getting always confused. So for them today, little bit how to do everyday practice, I will explain. So everybody just try to do with me if possible. Otherwise, you can write it down. So first we chant Omkar 3 times or 5 times. So these practices you have to do every day. Okay. First we started with Omkar chanting. After Omkar chanting, you have to do a little bit exercise, like we say, it is warming up exercise. In that, we have to start with the neck. So when we start with the neck exercise, always whenever you study a lot or you do any kind of, now you're all medical students, so you have to study a lot. You have to sit one place a longer time. For that, we have to focus our neck area always. So for that, Brahma Mudra is very good. Every day you have to perform Brahma Mudra. So how to do this mudra, we will see today. If you do every day, definitely you will get a very good effect and very good focus and concentration for your studies or for your further focusing. So sit upright, focus your neck area. Here, we have to slowly inhale and take your neck right side. In Yogasana, we don't do jerky movements and fast movements. So take your neck very gently and slowly right side. Chest open, opposite shoulder back. And focus there. Try to hold, be there. And slowly inhale, look front, very slowly. When you will do this practice, you will enjoy this experience, a very different kind of experience. Again, exhale. Slowly you have to go to your left side. Left. Your chin and shoulder in one line, opposite shoulder back. If you can do, please do with me. And slowly inhale. Again, your neck front. Up. Inhale. You have to take your chin upward. Inhale up. Try to lift your chin up like a giraffe. Don't drop your neck back. Sometimes we do like this, but this is not correct. You have to lift your neck like relax. And exhale slowly down. Chin to the collarbone and slowly down. And slowly inhale, come up. So this you have to do every day, 5 times a day, okay? So this is very, very effective, but do it slowly, have patience, because yoga is slow, so people, most of youngster, they don't prefer, they don't like it. Why? Because they're saying this is boring. But when you close your eyes and you focus your each and every body part, you focus your breathing, that time you will enjoy your inner journey. So most important is what? Eyes, we always open to see outer world, but sometimes you have to look your inner world also. You have to do your inner journey. That's why the yoga will help you to understand like who you are. When you will understand this question, like who you are and why you are here, then you will live your life happily. Okay, after that we are going to do a very good exercise. Interlock your finger. This is not, the first one was a Brahma Mudra, but this we are doing now a little bit stretch. Interlock your finger and slowly lift your both the hands up, stretch up, and you have to do like this and stretch up. Lift your spine upward and be there. Okay, close your eyes, chest open, open your palm, eyes closed, and be there. Deep inhale and long exhale. Don't leave the pose. Deep breathing. Press your knees down. Don't lift your knees up. Hold. Focus your breathing. Inhale deeper and exhale longer. Hold it. When you hold that time, our inside, we have a many anatomical and physiological changes occurs when you hold the pose. And exhale, slowly you have to take your hands down. Okay, so holding is important than the repetition. This you always keep in mind. Okay, whenever you do any yogic posture, you have to remember this: no repetition, only you have to hold how much you can initially, and then slowly you have to improve the time. One more important thing, that whenever you breathe, always you have to focus how you breathe, because breathe, prana, is very important. Okay, it is free, that's why we don't give a proper attention, but the breathing is very important. Always we have to focus, like now you are hearing my lectures, or you are, whenever you are in your classroom, or you're riding your bike, or you are doing something like cooking or anything, try to focus your breath. This is very important. If your breathing quality is good, your life quality is good. Okay, your lifespan will increase. You will become calm, quiet, and happy. Okay, so this is free of cost. So try to focus. When we inhale deeper and exhale longer, that time our lung capacity increases. Okay, and always see, whenever you study or you on the laptop or on the computer, always you sit like this. So this is very wrong, because whenever you breathe, each and every cell should get oxygen in a proper manner. Then only you will become fresh, no laziness, and then you can focus your studies nicely. Okay, so this is small things are there, but very important. You have to focus all the time. So for that, always you have to sit upright. In Bhagavad Gita, they have a one shlok only, like how to sit. That's why our spinal cord is very important. If you're doing like this, your energy will go down. That's why you have to sit chest open, shoulders back, and long neck. Okay, and press your hip down. Your right hip and left hip should be equal body weight. So try to focus yourself. Don't look outerward. First, see yourself, see your each and every body part, see your breathing. I'm talking, this is very superficial, but yoga is beyond that, right? Whenever you practice slowly, scientifically, you will get a very nice experiences. Okay, so first thing you have to always remember, breathing is very important. So whenever you breathe, try to breathe deeper and longer. Okay, no shallow breathing, no fast breathing. If you have a habit, please try to remove it. Okay, if you do shallow breathing or fast breathing, always see you become very angry, like hello. Yeah, so try to focus on your breathing. This is very important. After that, pranayam. Okay, after you do the many asanas, physical poses like vrikshasana are there, trikonasana is there, sarvangasana, halasana, many asanas are there. You try to practice slowly and in a proper body alignment. Don't do it like, oh, I'm not flexible, so how I can perform the asanas? How much you can, you have to perform the asanas, because asanas is very good. You keep your body strong, stable, and then only you can practice further. Okay, so this is important things you have to remember. After that, the pranayam also every day you have to practice. Anulom Vilom pranayam is very good for everybody. Then Ujjayi pranayam, for this now we everybody is at home and this COVID situation, so you have to compulsory practice your pranayama. So Anulom Vilom pranayam everybody can do. Ujjayi pranayam, Bhramari pranayam. This pranayam you can do every day. Okay. And then after that, the meditation. Actually, meditation, we can't perform the meditation, it happens. So that much dharana is very important. So you can sit one place without any movement. Actual, that is very important. The first stage is what? You have to focus how you're sitting. You have to balance your right side, your left side. Okay. And when you balance this both the side, then only the center, like our vertebra, we have a sushumna, we say, sushumna nadi. That is very, very important. But if you have equal right side and left side, then only you can focus your Sushumna Nadi. So that's why pranayam are also very important, and the meditation means what? So meditation, you have to the first stage of meditation. We have a many types of meditation. But the first thing you have to focus your breathing. You have to understand your breathing. Okay? Inhale deeper, exhale longer. If you cannot remember, you can say so hum in your mind. Like so means inhale and hum means exhale. So if you're saying so hum fast, automatically your breathing speed will increase. If you say so hum slow, automatically what happens? The breathing speed comes down. So try to make habit. So hum. Soham. So means inhale. And in mind, you have to say that. So hum. So hum. After that, whenever you close your eyes, many thoughts started coming. Like I mentioned before, state of mind, like very distractive, impulsive, dull. But where we have to go, one pointed, like only one thought we can focus. Okay, that state of mind is very, very important. And how you have to achieve through this all the techniques. Means first you will do Omkar chanting, then you will do your Surya Namaskar as a warming up. After that, you can do your asanas. After that, you can do your Shavasana. And after Shavasana, only you can perform the pranayam. Whenever you perform or you want to practice your pranayam, your body and mind should be relaxed. Nowadays, what happened? People do running, lot of like they run on the ground and then they come and then they started doing the pranayam. This is not correct, not at all. Whenever you practice your pranayam, that time your body and mind should be very, very relaxed. And then only you have to perform any kind of like 2, 3, 4 pranayams you can do at one time. Okay. And after that, you have to focus, close your eyes and focus your breathing. And then slowly, slowly you will understand what is my capacity of the breathing, my vital capacity. Okay. But every day, Satu Dirghakala Nairantarya, Satkara Sevito Druda Bhumi. Druda Bhumi means our body have to be very strong, right? And then only when it will happen, everyday practice is very, very important. Okay. And after that, you can do, the Bhramari pranayam also is very students. Okay, Bhramari Pranayama. This okay, like 3 times you can chant like this, chest open, broad, ear, close your ear with the thumb and gently keep your fingers on your eyes. Okay, and here you have to just say inhale and exhale. Okay, so this humming bee sound creates a nice vibration, impulse, and then you become very, very focused and it's build your concentration also. Okay, so these small practices are there in yoga. Try to learn properly. Main thing is what your teacher should be proper. Nowadays, many yoga teachers are there, but the way of teaching or how to do the practice, how to give the instructions, it matters a lot. Okay, because pranayam, if you do in a wrong way, it is not good. Okay, so that's why always you have to practice and practice. So meditation, pranayam, asanas, and focus your breathing is very important. And the last is like yoga nidra. Yoga nidra is also very good. If you have any kind of depression, you just we can do the counseling our own self in shavasana. So that is also very good method, right? So yoga nidra is also important. Try to do like at least in a week one time. Okay, so it increase your energy level and you feel very relaxed and very energetic after the yoga nidra. So these all important points, you can do it everyday practice. You are all are medical student, so you have to be a very physical fit, right? And if you practice every day nicely, you will become strong and you will save our world, right? So be strong, be physically fit and mentally fit because yoga is work mainly on mind and then body, okay? So whatever thought coming in our mind, the body reacts. That's why the thought is very, very important, okay? So thank you very much, everybody, for calling me for this webinar. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Yeah,
Thank you, madam.
thank you, madam, for a wonderful session. It was really a good one. I request the participants to ask the questions. If you raise your hand, we will unmute you and you can ask the question directly to the speaker. I think we have first question from our own Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Over to you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you, madam. It was a very wonderful presentation regarding the importance of pranayama, the breathing. Entire life depends upon breathing. And
Yes.
you have really touched upon a very important component that breathing does not only help to live, but also to concentrate mind at the same time, go for calmness as well as achieve concentration. My question is, many people do not know whether to do pranayama before going for a walk or after coming from walk. So I want clarification on this as to what is the correct time and timing for pranayama.
Yes. Actually, sir, pranayam and meditation. If you do early morning, like in Brahma Muhurta, it's very, very good. Because earlier I said, whenever you perform or practice pranayama, your body and mind should be relaxed. So that is the main thing. if you are coming from the walking, that time you have to do Shavasana at least 1 minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes. And then only you can practice your pranayam, not before that. So for pranayam, our body and mind, heartbeat especially, should be very calm and quiet. Yes. So morning time is better before the walk.
So the type of pranayama you showed by holding the
Yes,
closing the eyes
Bhramari.
and all.
Bhramari.
Some of them other teach this also. So
Yes, this is
Anulom Vilom.
Anulom Vilom.
Yeah,
Anulom Vilom.
yeah.
Yes.
Vilom. So you advocate both of them together, or
Yeah,
when we
you
do
can do 2 or 3 combination of pranayam. Like first you do Anulom Vilom, then you do Ujjayi pranayam, and then you do Bhramari pranayam.
Very
Or
good.
you can do Anulom Vilom, then Bhastrika pranayam, then you can do Shitali pranayam, and enough. Like 3 or 4 pranayam you can perform in a one day. Or if you are doing Bhastrika pranayam, is okay. 1 pranayam is good. Okay, so like that combination you can do according to the weather also. If you are in summer, if you are doing, so that time you have to do the Shitali combination. Shitali, like, and then exhale. So you will not get the heat problem and all. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yes.
Can we have any more question? Participants, you can just go to the raise your hand section, and you can raise your hand so that I will unmute you and you can straight away ask your question. Yeah, I think there is no question. If you have any question, you can just text it in the option provided in the conversation. I will take that question at the end.
Thank you, madam. Thank you
Yes,
very
thank
much.
you, sir. Thank
It was
you
a
very much.
very good
Yes.
presentation, and we wish we would have had you personally on our campus.
Sure.
When COVID
Next year,
improves,
sir. Next
when
year,
COVID
sure.
improves, definitely we look forward for an opportunity. We'll be
Yes.
inviting you to be amidst us and demonstrate the importance of yoga for wellness. Because
Yes.
WHO says 2020 is known for wellness. So it was a
Yes.
coincidence that when it was declared, we never knew that there will be COVID. So now COVID
Yeah.
is there and wellness is. So it is a coincidence there where you have to concentrate on the wellness of a human being apart from just being healthy. So thank you
Yes.
very much.
Thank you, sir.
We really enjoyed your presentation, both demo cum explanations. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Namaste.
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 Now I know it. See how she used effectively. Exactly 30 minutes.
Now, today's second webinar is on yoga for medical practitioners by Miss Aarti Pal ma'am. She is an assistant professor of yoga education at Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune. She is an international yoga teacher and player. She is medalist of 32 nationals and 8 international championships. She is a secretary of Yoga and Sports Welfare Association. She is yoga head of Krida Bharati at Devgiri Prant. She had many awards like Miss Yogini of the World, Yoga Princess, Miss Yogini of India. She is a yoga trainer for Madhya Pradesh Cricket Association also. Now I request her to start the session. Subject is yoga for medical practitioners. Ma'am, you are hand over to you.
Yeah, before we start, Aarti ma'am, can I request you to just twist your camera, because we can see you as a horizontal image.
Yeah.
Yes. Now that is correct.
Yeah, now it's right.
Yeah. Please carry on. I think, ma'am, you have to unmute yourself and start straight away.
Am I audible now?
Yeah. Yes, you are audible.
A very good evening to one and all present here on this digital platform. My greetings to Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Honorable Chairman for this webinar, all the head of the institutions and all the participants. First of all, I want to thank to the management and the authorities of Pravra Institute of Medical Sciences for inviting me to deliver about yoga for medical practitioners. To deal with this topic, to start with this topic, I will first explain about yoga and then I will relate it with the medical field for medical practitioners. So let us talk about yoga first. You must have listened many definitions of yoga, like yoga chitta vritti nirodha, yogaha karmashu kaushalam, samatvam yoga uchyate, and many more definitions are there. But today, I simply want to define yoga as an art and science of living a healthy life. And when I talk about a healthy life, it does not restrict to the physical aspects. When I talk about health, it covers all aspects of health, which are physical health, mental health, emotional health, intellectual health, social health, and spiritual health. And the medical field also focuses on all these aspects. All the medical practitioners are well aware with these aspects of health, but still they have to face many challenges as they are into serving mode for 24 hours. And for this, we actually should be grateful to them because of their 24-hour service only. During the corona pandemic, we could be safe and secure at our home. But at the same time, I would like to say that this 24 hours of service gives them definitely a sense of satisfaction, but it also poses a lot of challenges in front of them. They have to deal with a lot of physical and mental strains. Lot of physical and mental stress. Please notice, the stress at physical level can definitely be managed by all what exercise have been told by Pallavi ma'am. And for physical stress level, for managing the physical stress, you can go for some other options also. You can go for walking, you can go for running, you can go to gyms. Lot of physical activities can definitely be performed. But when it comes to dealing with mental stress, it becomes very important. Because if the mental stress is not dealt properly, or if it is not taken care properly, then it can lead to depression, anxiety, irritation, short-temperedness, and many times insomnia also. Lot of these problems are being suffered by some medical practitioners also. And this mental stress does not finish at the mental level only. This mental stress can even lead to the physical disorders also. It can lead to diabetes. It can lead to hypertension, high blood pressure. It can lead to cardiac arrest. It can also lead to low appetite. And many other problems at physical level are also experienced. And the concept of yoga, the principle of yoga says that whatever disease you are experiencing at your physical level, that was arising in your body at your mental level before. जो चीज आपके शरीर में दिख रही है वो कहीं ना कहीं बहुत पहले आपके मानसिक स्तर पर जन्म ले लेती है. जैसे बहुत से लोग आज के समय में डायबिटीज को फेस करते हैं, तो डायबिटीज एक दिन की समस्या नहीं है या एक घंटे की समस्या नहीं है, ये आपकी वर्षों की तपस्या का परिणाम है. वर्षों की तपस्या यानी वर्षों से आपने जो अपनी लाइफस्टाइल का पैटर्न रखा है, वर्षों से आपने जो स्ट्रेस का पैटर्न रखा है, उन सारी चीजों का परिणाम जो है वो बीमारी फिजिकल लेवल पर देखने को मिलती है. So managing the stress at mental level is very much important. Otherwise, it will make you face lot of problems at your physical level also. So when I talk about managing the stress at physical level and mental level, then physical level stress, as I told, that can be managed by a lot of physical movements are there. When you go for yoga, then in yoga, there are yogasanas, there are pranayams, which were discussed in earlier session also. But to manage the stress at mental level, there are something in yoga. And today's session of half an hour, I do not want to completely use for theoretical explanation, because yoga is a practical subject wherein you have to do the experiments and you have to feel the benefit. And so today I want to teach you a technique to manage the stress at your mental level. I will be teaching you Yoga Nidra, and I'll be teaching you a meditation which is known as Preksha meditation. This meditation technique, this Yoga Nidra technique is highly beneficial for medical practitioners, because since our childhood we are listening that a sound mind lives in a sound body. But the present scenario causes, or the present scenario says that having a sound mind is also important for a sound body. Because if your body, if your physique is very much healthy, your personality is very much good, but you are depressed at your mental level, then there is no use of that good body or that muscles or that powerful body if your mind is not healthy. So it is very much important to have control on your mind. And I would like to say that there's no medicine to manage the mind. It's the way, it's the technique of breathing, it's the technique of Yoga Nidra, it's the technique of meditation which teaches you to manage your mind. And once you are the owner of your mind, then you can use your body according to way that you want to use into. So no, I will not take much time for theoretical explanation. We will move forward for the practical technique, which is Yoga Nidra. I can see that some of the faculties are there on the chair and many of the participants will be there at home. So this is a technique, this is a Kriya which has to be performed actually into lying position. But those who are sitting onto chair, they can simply sit relax at their chairs only. So to start with this technique, I request all of you to please sit relax on your chairs, or those who are at their home, they can lie down on their bed. Sit relax and close your eyes, and complete concentration on your breathing. Long deep inhale, long deep exhale. सारा ध्यान श्वासों पर लगाकर रखिए. लंबा गहरा श्वास और लंबा गहरा प्रश्वास. While inhaling, start feeling that with inhalation, your body is getting energetic. And while exhaling, slowly and gradually, the stress of your body, the fatigue of your body, the tension of your body, out of your body. जैसे जैसे आप श्वास लेते हैं, शरीर ऊर्जा से भरता जाता है, और जैसे जैसे श्वास छोड़ते हैं, शरीर शिथिल होता जा रहा है, और शिथिल और शिथिल. अपना सारा ध्यान मेरे सूचनाओं पर, मेरे इंस्ट्रक्शंस पर बनाकर रखिए. Slowly and gradually, we have to relax each and every part of your body, each and every organ of your body. Concentrate on your right toe and feel that your right toe is completely relaxed. The remaining toes of your right leg totally relaxed. Concentrate on your right foot, complete right foot, upper part of your foot and the lower part of your foot is completely relaxed. Your complete right ankle, calf muscle of your right leg, your knee, upper part of your knee and lower part of your knee, your right thigh, complete surrounding of your thigh, above the thigh, your complete hip area, complete hip joint, totally relaxed. You can feel that your right leg is totally relaxed. And now concentrate on your left toe and feel that your left toe, big toe and remaining toes, your complete left foot, your ankle, left ankle, calf muscles, knee, upper part of knee and lower part of knee, your thigh, complete surrounding of your thigh, your hip, complete hip area, hip joint are totally relaxed. Both the legs completely relaxed. There is no tension now in both the legs. Slowly raise your awareness and take your awareness on your abdominal area. Your abdominal area is the root of your health. It must get relaxation. If the abdomen is disturbed, the complete body gets disturbed. So we have to relax our complete abdominal area. All the organs lying in your abdominal region, your stomach, pancreas, liver, gallbladder, all are feeling relaxed. And this relaxation is increasing their effectiveness, their capacity of working. Complete relaxation and increment into the effectiveness of their working. Above your abdominal region, your complete chest area, your lungs, your heart. Your heart is the organ which never takes rest. When you are asleep, that time also your heart keeps working. So you have to relax your heart, relax your intercostal muscles, clavicle bones, both the shoulders, totally relax. पूर्ण रूप से शिथिल. धीरे से अपना ध्यान ले जाइए अपनी पीठ पर, Take your awareness on your back and feel that your complete back area, your complete spine, your vertebral column, all the vertebrae, lumbar, sacrum, thoracic, cervical, all are getting relaxed. Above your back, your both shoulder joints, both the shoulder joints, feel that they are getting relaxed. You have to give the instruction to yourself. Shoulders completely relaxed. Then feel that your complete right hand, your right palm, your wrist, of left hand are completely relaxed. Sit relax everyone. Complete relax. This time you won't get your complete schedule. Above your back, above your shoulders, feel that your complete neck area, your cervical part from back side and from front, your throat region, completely relax. Above the throat, your complete face is totally relaxed. This is Yoga Nidra and the first stage of Preksha Dhyan, Preksha meditation. You can feel that your all body parts from your head to toe and from your toe to your head are completely relaxed. And now concentrate on your navel region, abdominal region, and feel that when you inhale, your abdominal region, your abdominal muscles expand. And when you exhale, your abdominal muscles contract. Concentrate on the movement of your abdominal muscles with inhalation and exhalation. Inhale maximum long and exhale maximum long. This is the complete mindfulness breathing, which gives you very good results, which increases your internal organs capacity. It not only affects your respiratory system, but also it affects your digestive system as well as your nervous system. Now slowly take your awareness on your nostrils and feel the breathings when they are going inside and when they are coming outside. You will feel then when the breaths enter through your nostril, you will feel the coldness of the breath. And when you exhale through the nostril, you will feel little warmness in your breathing. Experience this coldness and warmness of breathing with full of your concentration. When doing this all processes, you must be having lot of thoughts coming to your mind. They may be related to the session, they may be related to your work, may be related to your family, may be related to any other issue. Let them come. Don't pay your attention to them. You have to become just a viewer. दृष्टा भाव से, साक्षी भाव से आपको जो कुछ हो रहा है देखते जाना है. सिर्फ ध्यान रखिए कि आपको अपने आप को उन विचारों में, उन थॉट्स में इन्वॉल्व नहीं करना है. You don't have to involve yourself into those thoughts. You have to just see, like a viewer, whatever is going on. And now slowly take your awareness on your forehead, in the center of your forehead, not in the center of your eyebrows, but the center of your forehead, which is known as Jyoti Kendra. And feel that there are white color rays on your forehead. Try to contemplate the white color on your forehead. White color, the symbol of peace, the symbol of calmness, coolness, a symbol of purity. Feel that white color on your forehead and slowly start feeling that white color is spreading around your whole body. Your complete body is being covered by the shield of that white color. And you are getting rid of all kinds of tensions, all kind of stress, all kind of disorders. You can cure any disease by your mental power, because now you are giving suggestions to your subconscious mind. And now slowly bring concentration again on your breathing. Start inhaling, long breath, exhaling, long breath. And now with 3 Om chants, we will conclude Yoga Nidra and meditation. Take a long breath and start. Again, breathe in. Start. Once again, breathe in. Start. And now we will repeat a prayer for the welfare of everyone, for the welfare of all those who are known to us, those who are unknown to us, because we Indian believe into Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is our family, so we have to pray for the wellness, for the welfare of all those who are there into this world. You will listen to the prayer. If you wish to repeat, you can repeat also. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukha bhag bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. All of you please repeat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And now slowly, eyes must be closed. Bring your hands in front of your chest in the joining position. Now start rubbing your palms. धीरे धीरे दोनों हथेलियों को आपस में रगड़ना शुरू कीजिए. And then take your palms on your eyes. Keep your palms on your eyes for some time. Now blink your eyes within your palms. And then still don't open the eyes. Then massage your face. Slowly bring your hands down and slowly look downwards. नीचे की ओर देखिए, फिर नीचे से धीरे धीरे अपनी दृष्टि सामने की ओर लाइए. धीरे से अपनी दृष्टि सामने की ओर लाइए. Slowly look into front. This was a technique combined with Yoga Nidra and meditation, which is known as Preksha meditation. I could see that all of you, all the participants were involved into this process, into this technique. But still, when you do this process, a lot of thoughts will be there to deviate you. And if you are not able to concentrate, it means you are still being deviated by the thoughts. You are unable to concentrate the mind. But if this process is practiced regularly, then it will add for the students, it will help them to increase their concentration power. It will help them to increase their memory power. And for the medical practitioners also, I will say that if it is practiced by all the faculty members, by all the teaching members, it will help them to be stress-free. And when you are stress-free, you can give best to your organization, you can give best to your family, you can give best to the society, and more than that, you can give best to yourself. Now, a question is from my side. When you were doing this Yoga Nidra, I was telling you, I was instructing you that you have to look at your toe, you have to look at your toes, your leg. Could everyone see that? I would like to request that if anybody wants to answer, please unmute.
Yeah, we could see.
Yes. Yes. So could you feel the difference? Your body was there. Then who was seeing?
No, as you rightly said, there was total relaxation, and we were just following the instructions, and the lightness of the body was being felt.
Okay, okay. See, your body was there, but someone was seeing the toe, someone was seeing the ankle, someone was seeing the leg. This is the difference between you and your body. Okay, so this difference also we have to understand by practice. And once you understand this difference, this yoga will lead you, this yoga will take you towards the ultimate goal of your life. Definitely earning money, living a good life, these all are the goals of our life. But to live a spiritual life also is a goal of our life. And I won't take much time, already is 5.5 minutes. So now I will hand over it to Dr. Sunil sir. Yes, before handing over this to Dr. Sunil sir, I want to thank personally to Dr. Sunil sir, Mr. Nitin Gode Patil sir, all the authorities of Pravara Institute of Medical Sciences, Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, Honorable Chairman, all the faculties, to listen to me during this session and to be involved with me and to do all the techniques, all the kriyas very nicely. I am thankful, I am grateful to all of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, madam, for a really upbeat and professional presentation. I think it is difficult to believe that a yoga webinar can be so much professional. So you really proved it worthy. And I now request participants, if anybody has any questions, just raise your hand so that I'll unmute you and you can straight away ask your question. Before we get any questions from participants, I should take advantage of asking a question to the expert.
Yeah. Sure.
Ma'am, it is my personal question, and I hope it will benefit to others as well. I started Surya Namaskara from 5 to now 75 today. I reached to 75 in a time span of 15 days. My question is, what if something goes wrong while doing the Surya Namaskara? Some steps are going wrong. Is it okay to go till 75 or maybe beyond that, even if it is performed in a professional way?
Yeah, actually, from physical point of view, I will suggest that 10 Surya Namaskar are enough. That 10 Surya Namaskar are sufficient if they perform properly. They are sufficient to give you all benefits of Surya Namaskar. Then when it comes to side effects, then Surya Namaskar, when you perform Surya Namaskar or a general person performs Surya Namaskar, there are some contraindications which must be taken care of. It may be a side effect if a high blood pressure person performs Surya Namaskar. If a person with heart surgery or heart attack performs Surya Namaskar. Other than that, those for the females, if they are going through their periodical cycle, menstrual cycle, or a lady, if she is pregnant, then it should not be performed. Other than that, if there is hernia, there is ulcer, or if there is any abdominal surgery, then it should not be performed. Some steps definitely can be performed, but those should be performed under the guidance of an expert. For you, I would like to say that Surya Namaskar is performed into 3 ways. So if you are performing 75 Surya Namaskar, I would like to say that you must be performing it into fast speed, as it is performed in 3 ways. It's in slow motion with mantras, it's performed in medium speed, and the third one is it is performed in fast speed. So I think you must be performing in fast speed. Am I right, sir?
It's like it takes around 14-15 minutes to reach to 75.
It means you are performing into fast speed. It will give you only physical benefits. But if you want to take it to the physical as well as mental, then bring it to medium speed, and you can make 10 rounds also. And those 10 rounds will be giving you all the benefits which 75 are giving. And with these 10 rounds of Surya Namaskar, you will be able to get the physical as well as mental benefit. Because when you stay, there are 12 postures in Surya Namaskar. When you perform in fast speed, you do not stay in any particular posture. And it is very important to stay in the posture. Because when you stay in the posture, your abdominal is suppressed, your internal organs, they get function, they get contraction, they get relaxation, they get massage when you stay into the posture. But when you do in fast speed, it becomes totally physical exercise. Then it little bit deviates from what yoga principle says. So it is good if you are performing into 75, but if you could bring it to 10 and with medium and slow speed, then it will be more beneficial.
Yeah, I think it will be really helpful, and I'll change from tomorrow. Maybe 10, but in a proper this thing. Okay. So we have a next question from Saili Patil. Saili, I'm unmuting you. You can straight away ask your question. Or you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Saili. Yeah, you can straight away ask your question, Saili.
Hello.
Yeah, I think.
Hello, can you hear?
Next question.
Yeah,
we'll take next
can
question.
You hear me?
Yes, Phalke sir. Straight away ask your question.
Yeah. Question to Aarti Pal madam is, can you tell me specific yogasanas and pranayam which will improve our immunity in view of COVID-19?
Yes, definitely. Yesterday only I took a session for immunity. For immunity, you should perform some asanas, some pranayams, and Shuddhi Kriya. So I will just tell you what asana you should perform, what pranayam you should perform. Before performing asanas, you should perform Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar is a great remedy, is a great exercise, form of exercise for increasing your immunity. because it's a complete pack of all the asanas. So first you should perform Surya Namaskar. If you are just starting with Surya Namaskar, then 2 rounds are enough. Or if you are already practicing Surya Namaskar, then you can practice 4 Surya Namaskar. After Surya Namaskar, and yes, one more thing, that Surya Namaskar will perform the role of warm up also. So after Surya Namaskar, you should perform, lie down in Shavasana. In Shavasana, you should perform first asana, Uttana Padasana. You can just note down if you wish to. Uttana Padasana, wherein legs are raised at 45 degree. Uttana Padasana, Ardha Halasana, where legs are raised at 90 degree. Then Pavan Muktasana, and after that Vipreet Karni is also very important, but that you will have to learn that Vipreet Karni. You can just ask me later after the webinar also how to perform, but Vipreet Karni is definitely very useful. Matsyasana, and after that Sarvangasana, Bhujangasana, Shalabhasana, Naukasana, and then sitting postures. In sitting postures, you should perform Vajrasana, Ushtrasana, Shashankasana, and after that you should perform Vakrasana and Paschimottanasana. Then in standing posture, you can perform Tadasana, Padahastasana, Vrukshasana, Trikonasana. This pack of asanas is a complete pack for immunity. After asanas, you should perform Shuddhi Kriya. In Shuddhi Kriya, 2 Shuddhi Kriya are preferable for a common person or especially for the medical practitioners. These are Kapalbhati. Kapalbhati, generally people say this is pranayam, but it is actually a Shuddhi Kriya, a cleansing process. So Kapalbhati and Jalaneti. For Jalaneti, you can go on my YouTube channel. There you can see the complete procedure of Jalaneti. So Jalaneti and Kapalbhati should be performed, and then you should perform pranayam. In pranayam, you should first perform Vastrika pranayam, and then Anulom Vilom, and then Ujjayi, and then Brahmari, and then Udgit. Udgit means the Om Shabda Uchcharan. जो ओम शब्द का हम उच्चारण करते हैं वो ओम उद्गीत प्राणायाम है. प्राणायाम होने के बाद आप लास्ट में थोड़ी देर मेडिटेशन कीजिए. This complete schedule will take 45 minutes and it will be great to increase, to boost up the immunity. I think I have answered the question. Okay.
I hope Palke sir is happy with the answer and he will start performing as per the instructions of ma'am. Is there any other question? I think there is no hand raised, so I will now hand over it to Dr. Sujata for proposing a vote of thanks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you very much, madam. On behalf of Pravara Institute of Medical Sciences, it was a very good presentation, and what I appreciated of yours was a very lucid presentation and very precise, concise, at the same time management, and you were able to give relaxation technique for the fatigued medical practitioners, that too in this era of COVID. So thank you very much for your presentation, and we look forward for your gracious presence on the campus some other time whenever COVID allows us to have you. Thank you very much. Yes. Now I'll hand over to the organizers. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I, Dr. Sujata Muneshwar, Associate Professor in Department of Community Medicine and NSS Coordinator for RMC Medical College, thank Dr. Rajendra V.K. Patil Sir, CEO, Pravara Institute of Medical Sciences, Dr. Y.M. Jairaj Sir, Vice Chancellor, Pravara Institute of Medical Sciences, Dr. Sunil Bullar Sir, Assistant Director for Sports, Pravara Institute of Medical Sciences, and the speakers, that is Dr. Pallavi Kavhane Madam, who's from Pune, and Mrs. Aarti Pal Madam, for their presentations. Dr. Pallavi Kavhane Madam spoke about yoga for wellness, and Dr. Aarti Pal Madam, she spoke about yoga for medical practitioners. I would like to thank all the heads of the colleges, all the NSS volunteers, as well as the NSS program officers of various colleges, and all the participants. That is, we had more than 150 participants attending this webinar. So I would like to thank each and everyone who made this webinar on the occasion of International Day of Yoga possible. Thank you very much, everybody. Okay.
So tomorrow, no? We will use it. I'm thankful to everyone. So, tomorrow again, we have a session like that.
I am very much thankful to all who have helped me to success this webinar. And one more instructions for the students of PIMS, students and faculties. Tomorrow morning, common yoga protocol will be conducted at 7 to 8 a.m. morning. The YouTube link, PIMS YouTube link, common yoga protocol video is uploaded on that link. That link will be shared on your WhatsApps. For that you come you perform yoga at your home and take out pictures and send it to the concerned program officers. Thank you very much. I thank Aarti Pal ma'am and Pallavi Kavane ma'am for giving the very guided sessions to all our doctors, medical practitioners. I very much thankful all of you. Thank you very much.
The English is flawless.